750 cars in the Crew Motorfest. Yet it seems like there's always 1 or 2 or 75 that the audience wants in the game that isn't already in the game. So I thought I'd do something different. I thought I would go through the most requested vehicles in the Crew Motorfest as per you, the general audience. What are the cars that the Crew Motorfest should add? And as I put these, put your suggestions in the comments. Don't be boring about it, alright? Okay, you want this car and this car. Okay, what spec? Do you want it in any other specs? Do you want an edition version? Do you want that model and an exclusive different model to be as a summit reward? What do you want? But yes, if you got boring ones, put those down there as well. And by the way, that specific car that you want in the game, it sucks. It's a bad car. It would suck if it was in this game. That specific one that you're about to comment and type, it sucks. That car is ass. So this is the website. It's okay. It's a little left heavy. There's a bit of an empty space there. How do I fix that? That works better. In fact, even better. And we're gonna go all the way to the bottom of this list, which is on this website. I'll have it linked in the bottom. It's from the Crew community, which is of course the Discord server, where you can rank the cars that you want in game. Then they get, well, on this list, which presumably Ivory Tower are also aware of this list. And it only goes down to 75. Presumably there's a lot more than 75 cars, but these are just the top 75, beginning with the Dacia Sandero. This is the 75th most wanted car in the Crew Motorfest. The Dacia Sandero. Okay, hear me out. If we got like a cool rally version, a cool off-road one, or like a drift one, I can't save this. I can't save this. Then we've got, okay, a what even is that? Husqvarna. Okay, it's, you know what? It could be worse. I think I actually saw one of these in person. I did. I was at car spotting in London and I saw one of these. No, I think this thing's actually rather cool. The Mini Cooper S 1965? Mini Cooper S 1960. Oh, we got this 1969. Okay, that's close enough. How do they knock stuff off the list when we've already got it? Because, like, that's... oh, but actually, I've already seen that there's something that needs knocking off the list. Chevy Cobalt SS. Why? Buick Riviera. Huh. It's maybe an update or two too late. I mean, look, if we got it during the lowrider update, it probably could have been a cool lowrider. The Dodge Neon. You know what? It looks so silly that, yeah, sure. Yes! Absolutely yes! The Volvo. I didn't even read the name. But whatever this Volvo is, yes. We just need Volvos. We absolutely just need Volvos. Did you know that ages ago in the files, it was found that Volvo is in the files? Like, there was even going to be, like, Volvo demolition cars. I worry that it's just that they got Volvo engine sounds for demolition cars. There was Volvo. Why don't we have any Volvo? I want Volvo. Mostly, I just want the Volvo wagons. I don't really care for anything other Volvo. The Volkswagen W12 concept. This thing looks... You know what? It's... Hear me out. This is exactly the kind of car they've been adding recently. So... yeah, yeah, go for it. The Chevrolet El Camino. Okay, yes, that looks pretty cool. All right, who's gonna tell him? Who's gonna tell him? Who's gonna have to be the one to tell him? A Tech Rules is the name of the brand. AT97 Trev, 2016. What in the GTA am I looking at? That is, hang on, that's the 64th most wanted car in the Crew. I don't even know what that is. We're about to go through quite the selection. So we got a Range Rover. I understand why people hype them up. I just can't. Like, it's nice once they're in the game, but if they're not in the game, I don't want to actively go get them, you know? There's probably better that we can get. It's like how we got the Mark E. And then we've got the... is this the Trackhawk one specifically? Because that's the one people beg for, right? No, the Durango SRT. Okay. I swear the Trackhawk's the cool one, though. Then we got the Honda Civic. Yes, this gen of Civic. Because, as good as they are, we don't really have any great gens of Civic. In fact, I really don't like this generation. And I don't like this generation. Essentially, I don't think we have a single good Civic gen. And this is a good Civic gen. So, absolutely. Then we got the Audi A1. I would put the Civic miles above that. And a DB... oh, wow. Okay, this really hasn't been updated it in a while, because we do have that, don't we? Yeah, of course we do. And the only reason I remembered is because I remembered that my one looks like this. The back mono, that could be cool in racing, I assume. Could you defender it and put it in Alpha GP? Because they did that with the KTM Expo and they've never done that again. But I think it could be cool. Old school Mercedes are always gonna get yup, very good from me, because you know they're pretty cool. No. When I was out car spotting and we saw any of the like Maserati SUV, Porsche SUV, Aston Martin SUV, every time it was I look at it and I go, that's a shame. It's such a shame that that car exists. So no. And why is that above the good gen of Civic? Another interesting batch. So we got a different gen of the Chevrolet Impala, a bit more of a Crown Vic looking gen. The Mercedes E-Class, which like, you know what? I guess I do have a bit of nostalgia to this era as well. It'd be cool in the Crew, honestly. The Escort Mark 1, which 1000%, I mean, especially if we ever got something rally based, you know, the Quattro and the F1. We need them. The 1999 Shelby Series 1. I beg your pardon, what am I looking at? Sure, but what am I looking at? That's a Shelby? That's an actual Shelby? There's no way Matt Damon was around when they were making these Shelbys. The Pininfarina Battista, which is like, I don't know, Ferrari, but not. This thing's, yeah, I guess I understand why people want it. I mean, TDU has this, right? TDU, of all games, got this car. So look, if TDU can get it, the Crew can get it. And the 50th most desired vehicle in the Crew Motorfest is the Alfa Romeo Montreal. It looks quite nice. It's of its generation for sure. Yeah, no, this thing looks cool. I wonder, how do they rank these? This or that? Leaderboard, which is what I want. Vote? You have to like connect your Discord account, but like, I guess so, because it's connected to the Crew community Discord server. Oh, my word, I can vote. The Lotus Emira GT4. Ooh. Yeah, I like different specs. Oh, Maserati Shamal or the Camaro or the base model. Basically, yes, I want the base model of the one that we've already got. Obviously, no. Okay, I really want to click that one just to make some people angry. Pagani Zonda C12, we've got enough Zondas. This is 20 times more unique. Probably the Hemi Cuda. People like that, right? The Valkyrie or the Peugeot. If it's a taxi Peugeot like that, absolutely that. Not the Shelby, definitely the Lexus. Oh, the Range Rover or the Camaro. Okay, we do already have a Camaro in game. I think just for the customization, I might go the Range Rover. But that might be outrageous based on what I already said. Valkyrie, for sure. The Ferrari F50 or the BMW E46 M3 Coupe. Oh, that's hard. A lot of people like this one, and too many people like this one. This would have 20 times better customization. It just would. Buick or E-Class. I'm gonna go with the E-Class. And on that note, let's get back to the leaderboard. The next batch of 25. Oh, we're greeted immediately by the one that we saw, the Emira GT4. Yeah, I think this thing, although it would suck as a new car. I wish we got alternate versions of specs for cars when the original car came out. But I guess it would be nice to get this thing, even though no, see, the thing is, it would be nice to have this thing. It wouldn't be nice to get this thing. Am I making sense? Like, it'd be nice if this was in the game already. It wouldn't be nice if this was replacing a slot where something else could have gone as a new car. I hope I'm making sense. Just above that is the Mazda 626 something. I didn't even know this existed. That looks cool. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, great. That's a cool looking car. And I could imagine there would be some fun stuff on that. I've never heard of it before, but that might just be a me problem. Cool enough. Would I rank it above some of the stuff on this list? Probably not. Buick GSX. Okay, am I missing something? Does this one have some meaning that I don't know? To me, that just looks like every other muscle car. The Ferrari 250 GTO. I get it. The Maserati Shamal. That looks sick. Honestly, I quite like that. Again, another one I didn't even know existed, but it looks great. The Fox body. I've seen a lot of people ask for this, and it would be nice. It'd be just cool to have, you know, just different variations of Mustangs. I think one thing that Forza, although Forza's car list is way less variety-full, I think undeniably what they do have is way more of one specific model of car. Am I making sense? Like, they've got, like, 70 Mustangs, but, like, they don't have a monster truck Mustang, you know? That would be something nice to get in the Crew, but I know that it would just overtake regular car slots, so. The Ferrari J50? No. The Saleen S5S? Didn't know it existed. Looks cool. Why is it, like, no, it's not even really high, but why is it this high on the list? I mean, sure, if it's gonna be in hypercar, then sure. The Peugeot 406, the image specifically being this souped taxi one. Yeah, you know what? Go ahead, especially if the customization looks like that. The BMW E31, which I think I literally said this thing actually looked unique. It's stylish. Again, if they're gonna add any BMWs, I'd rather it be this than M4s and i7s and M8s and whatever, you know. Brahman B2, B something 612. Okay, hear me out. The BT662. Hear me out. Brabham is clearly a niche brand. Have we been getting too many niche brands in the Crew Motorfest and the Crew Tour? That's a genuine question. You know, we got Gordon Murray, we got Noble, we got all these little, like, we got that Hyperion thing. Is it? But you know what? At this point, I'm actually just asking, because I don't even think it's that bad. I think it's really cool that we get these niche brands. But are we getting too many? And what other specifically niche brands would you want to see? Rating 38, the 38th most wanted vehicle in the Crew Motorfest is the Alpine A110. This thing should be in game already. I tweeted that, and someone was like, you know, clearly it's ranked only 38, so it's not that popular. That's not my point. It is in almost every single up-to-date racing game. Like, it's in TDU, it's in Forza, it's in that new Assetto Corsa, it's in anything and everything racing game modern, it's in. It's French when Ivory Tower is French. It's owned by Renault, and Ivory Tower have an up-to-date relationship with Renault. We got the Renault Trezor. So it just baffles me that we don't have this thing in game yet. How do we not have this thing in game yet? And yes, obviously, it's also my dream car, but that's neither here nor there. Porsche 919 Evo, is this the racing version of the one that we got? I suppose it could be cool, but it would be really out of place, no? And I don't say that to be like, don't add it. I say that to be like, okay, add some of the competing cars with it, you know? Add a bunch of LMP if you're gonna add LMP. It's weird that, like, the racing spec has just become a bunch of, like, it's like one car from a racing series just sprinkled in. It's not really cars that race together very often. Plymouth Hemi Cuda, I'm gonna go, yeah, it's cool enough. The Subaru Biozzi, I mean, how is this high on the list when we have the GTA E6? We got the ASAP Rocky. I mean, sure, with Mercedes, it's the same as BMW for me. I'd rather these generation ones. 33rd highest ranking is that Pagani Zonda, the 1999 one that we saw. Am I missing something? Like, Pagani is really cool, but I only really find modern Paganis cool. Ranked just above that is the very tiny BMW E30. They're starting to look the same now. But the Toyota Celica, I would absolutely want. It's unique. It's cool. This thing is way too high for the fact that we have the Hoonigan version. Look, I know I complained that we had the Hoonigan but didn't have the base model. But, like, you know, the Hoonigan satiates it enough. Ranked at 29, the DB11. Why is this thing so high up? A modern Aston Martin means nothing to me. I look at a modern Aston Martin, if it's not the Gordon Ramsay one, the, like, Victor or whatever it's called, I care about no other modern Aston Martin. The BMW E9. This thing, you know what? Yeah, I'd love this thing. This thing's actually really cool looking because it looks unique. It's that gen of BMW where they're all square, but it's, you know, it's all jaggedy and it's got stuff done to it. It's nice. It is nice. Ranked at 27 is the BMW M1. Sure, if we can get crazy good customization on it, like Unbound did, then sure. It would be in Street Tier 1, though. A lot of these would be, the more I think about it. So, yeah. 26 is the Cadillac CTS-V. I mean, I think it looks nice enough because, like, what other Cadillacs do we even have? Not good ones. And ranked exactly at 25, this thing. Ew. Let's take another quarterly break. On my Twitter recently, I posted something that's like this here specifically, which, by the way, follow my Twitter. It's where I repost some stuff on my Instagram, like the car spotting that I did. And on Instagram, you can see a lot of the stuff that I did. Look at this. I was dressed all dapper at a party, and you missed it. You didn't see this. You didn't see me because you don't follow me on Twitter or Instagram. But this is what I asked. If we got more old and new counterpart elite bundles, what car should we get? Because this is something they used to do that they don't do anymore. But they'd have a new and an old version of the same car, the EB110, 110, which is obviously based on the old one. These two are literally just both called the Countach. And this is like an homage to that old one. 67 Shelby Cobra and the Shelby Daytona Coupe. Now, I suppose I'd allow that. They do look oh no, yeah, they very clearly are similar and based on each other. Yeah, no, 1000%. A GTO pack. Ooh, am I wrong in saying this is already in the game? Am I gonna get hate because I've just said this is already in the game? I could have sworn this was already in the game. Ooh, but an old and new of this thing. What is it called? The Prelude, was it? This thing, I really like the new one. I think there's better gens of the old one that you could use, but like, yeah, I really like the new one. I think this would actually be quite a nice old new counterpart. Hurricane Technica and Ferrari 29. Yeah, this guy did not understand the task at all. Shelby GT350 and Shelby GT350. See? Now that's a good twofer bundle. God, I hope elite bundles go back to being as good as they used to be. Mustang Mark 1 and Mustang Mark 1, 2019 and 1971. And then also a Ford GT40 Mark 2 and the Ferrari? Okay, I guess that's for a different type of request. Okay, but these two, lovely. Let's close in on the end. We got the Ford RS200. Yeah, I mean, a lot of cool rally cars that we don't own, which is a shame for sure, because I mean, you know, we got Forsberg, we got Hoonigan, we've got RedBull as well. We've got so many iconic ralliers, yet we don't have enough iconic rally cars, I have to say. The TWR Supercat. What in the Chevrolet Camaro is that? It looks quite cool. The Detomosa Pantera. This thing, yeah, it's cool, sure. Aston Martin Valhalla. Why is this thing so high up? Why is it so high up? What? Okay, why is this so high up? What is Max Verstappen wanting to speed in Motorfest? What is this thing doing here? This is above so many cars, and that's such a shame. More people like Aston Martin than I always think. Dude. Skoda Fabia S2 Rally. This is our first Skoda on the list. Yeah, sure. I'd say put this to number 1. No, Alpine A110 Skoda Rally. It looks nice, to be fair. I don't mind modern Skoda looks. The Lancer Evo 9, did we not get this exact car? Maybe it can't be that not up to date, can it? Do cars get removed from this pool at all, ever? Or is it just like, I don't know. Audi R18. Oh, that's what we saw before. I don't know what this racing type is. Is this Le Mans again? I don't know. I don't know what this racing type is. I don't know what this series is. WEC, is that what it is? Okay, well, I have no attachment to this. It means nothing to me. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, 1000%. Look, it's been, how long has it been since we got a new plane in the Crew Motorfest? How long has it been since we got a new plane? What, we got new planes at launch? Okay, well, then add this thing. The also very cool Type R. I have to admit, I prefer the Egg Gen Civic, but this thing's nice. It'll be cool to get. It's in a lot of old racing media, and we don't have it, so it would be cool. The Apollo IE, you know what? This seems like exactly the kind of car they would add. Zenvo, Noble, the Hyperion thing, you know, it's exactly Gordon Murray. Like, this is exactly the kind of Lycan. It's exactly the kind of brands they've been adding recently, and I can see this thing eventually coming to Motorfest. Ferrari 288 GTR. Okay, am I gonna get called out twice when I say, do we not already have this in game? Didn't we get this car in the movie update? At unlucky number 13 is the Dodge Viper ACR. Sure. At 12, which I'm surprised, I thought it would be higher, the Ioniq Hyundai Concept 74. I've got a Lego version of it. I've got a custom Lego version of this thing. It's really cool. I would really like this thing in racing or wherever it would have to be. And they're doing like hydrogen cars and stuff, so it makes sense if we got this. The Mustang GTD, honestly, I did have to do like a little think of being like, don't we already have this? But no, we don't. It's just you can really easily make this as your own, but it's, yeah. And now we're in the top 10 most wanted cars. The Dodge Charger Daytona. I can see it. Yup, absolutely. You know, imagine the Dynaco videos we could make. I think it would be nice to get this in racing. The 9th most desired vehicle for the Crew Motorfest is the Aston Martin Valkyrie. We already have the Valhalla, and that's the Aston Martin Valkyrie. Why? Why? The 8th most wanted vehicle is the Audi Quattro. I can see it. It looks pretty cool. Wow. Now this one's definitely one I'm surprised isn't higher, even though it's at 7. The 7th most desired car for the Crew Motorfest is the AE86. Could see it coming from a million miles away. Yeah. It would obviously be nice if we got this thing, I guess. The E46 F3 Go. Why is this thing so high? Yeah, sure. Okay, sure. The Pikes Peak rally car, 1000%. It would make such a god tier playlist reward. Whoa, the Ferrari F50's higher than I thought. Actually, it's higher than the AE86, which I didn't want to pit those two up against each other, but no, it's higher up. Huh. Interesting. Is that the most desired Ferrari in the entire game? The 4th most desired car in the whole game. The Skyline R33. Yeah, if we've got the R32, we've got the R34, we've got the R35, it makes sense to get this. 2nd most desired is the Subaru Impreza. Wow. Even more than the BRZ. I mean, Subaru obviously clearly had some kind of falling out because they've never done anything Crew since. And they used to be in the Crew 1 and then got removed from the Crew 1. So who even knows what happened there? That's the 2nd most desired car in the game. Wow. And finally, the most desired car in the Crew Motorfest is the Lexus LFA. Which, hear me out, look at this car, right? Look at it. Keep your eyes on this thing. Over here in Maui, there's this car sign, and I am so convinced. If you go in-game and look at this during the daytime as well, I am so convinced that the underneath of that is a Lexus. I think a developer has used a free model of a Lexus off of like online or something and used that for the sign of this like car dealership thing, car rental. Cause that's a Lexus. There's no way that's not a Lexus. I don't think this means we're gonna get Lexus. But I think that clearly means that someone on the developer side has used Lexus. That's a Lexus. So there you go, car list. Lexus is already in-game. So, were any of the ones that you suggested in your comment on the mega list? If not, head over to the mega list and get to voting. And on that note, that's going to be about it from me. Thanks so much for watching. In a bit.